What's the big old deal, y'all? We back at y'all, man, with another one. And this time we got Dame Dash, man. And he's back, y'all, out talking about how we need to, just squash all of this beef. And he's tired of beefing with all of his friends and colleagues and past, business partners, man, that came up with him in the game. And he's kind of sick and tired of just the drama and the trending videos of people just really just kind of making fun of him, really making light of the situation. And he's not really feeling that. So I think that kind of came to us, he came to his senses and was like, look, man, let me stop creating so much drama in my life and get this right. So without further ado, man, let's get into this. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. Let me know what y'all vibing with the channel, man. Yeah.
Why am I beefing?
One second, fam.
It's because I just never got to talk to him. He publicly said he wasn't going to talk. So, I'm sitting here on the dock looking at the view, and I'm thinking, like, why am I beefing with Cam? And the only reason why is because I just never got to talk to him. He publicly said he wasn't going to talk to me, but almost every OG from Harlem and everyone I respect is like, yo, cut this shit, it's embarrassing. So, Daniel spoke to Cam, and we could resolve this. I just want to talk to him, and it's over. And if you need to, because we can't publicly have us as black people beefing with each other. That's just what they want. They use us to tear each other down. They don't do it. We do it to ourselves, but they usually pay us to do it. And I'm not going to get caught up in that. So I'd prefer to squash this. I want to apologize to Harlem because I know this was embarrassing for Harlem. And I'm man enough, but, the thing is, in Harlem, we deal with things different. It also comes with violence. And I can't be violent, and I won't be violent. And I don't want any of my friends to be violent. My job is to keep them out of jail. So the only way I can deal with things, to keep certain things out of the algorithm, is to answer as soon as somebody says something. And my version of violence is just lawsuits. If I could take it to the streets, I would, but we can't. And the Italian Godfather, part 2, he killed his brother. The black Godfather don't kill his brother. He teaches his brother. So, again, if y'all want to sit down and work it out, I don't even want to be a part of that project that y'all doing. I don't really understand what it is. But I feel like 50, Cam, me, if together we show that we could be beefing, pause, and then come together and maybe do a TV show together, something different, or a movie or something, just showing the world that we can work together, then we would prove everyone wrong. They love us tearing each other down, and I'm not doing that shit. And I apologize to my OGs for embarrassing you. But I just wanted to talk to him. And he finally talked to, he finally replied when I hit him with the lawsuit, and I was like, nah, now go talk to Daniel. And if you want to, Daniel, if you want, please arrange us to have a sit down. You can bring who you want. And also 50, you're invited too. But instead of us talking about each other on fucking social media like clowns, let's sit down and talk like real men. Let's take this off the street. The street right now is the internet, and this shit is corny. So I don't want to fight with y'all no more. Now, I heart, that's different. And Revolt, Detavio, same thing. You stopped replying to me 2 days before I went to the Breakfast Club, but I don't work for you. I am the chairman. When I'm on Revolt with my content, I'm the chairman because I don't talk to your staff. I talk to mine, which I have. I'm the chairman of America New when it's on Revolt. So to me, if the Breakfast, I won't get into it, but we can have a sit down too, because I'm not going to stop legally. I'm going to respond. That's what I didn't do before, and this is what I've learned. This is the only way I could fight. But you're not going to line me up and set me up. So you can come to the conversation as well. Bring who you want. Charlemagne, you're not invited. I need real men. Pause. Masculine. We need to speak like masculine men in each other's eyes, and deal with all those problems. So I'm still, if y'all coming at me, pause. I'm gonna always hit back, but I'd rather squash this. Pause. And this is please don't take my grace as weakness. We're in front of a lot of people, and this is not the right example. Later.
So what do y'all think, man? Do y'all think Dame is out here broke and just kind of saving face? Because a lot of this times, man, that these artists go through this stuff, man, they go through humiliation times where they backdoor, you know, people. Because, Dame Dash didn't have to file a $300 million lawsuit like that against Camron. And so he always claimed that he's street and that he goes by street codes and that, he's about honor and integrity and upholding that. And he's trying to emasculate the ones who he claimed aren't masculine. And it's really him just doing the same exact thing that he claiming everybody else is doing. But I don't really I'm not really mad at him, man, for, just keeping it real and trying to resolve any situations. I never condone, I never, denounce anybody that's trying to be on a positive road and trying to, stay out of the mix and out of the tabloids, especially in our community, man. That's what they bank on. Like you said, I do agree with that. They want us to, tear each other down so they can just profit off of it and make millions of dollars. And we see it. And they've been doing it for so long that now we got to really see what's the bigger picture, because it's not like they're doing it and we're not really making money off of it unless, we unless we own it. But now, we control more of the narrative now. So, we have a little bit more leeway. We have a little bit more say so in the community. But the fact that, I think he went way too far, man. Especially like by him, the whole lawsuit, man, is not street at all, bro. So look, let me show y'all what he did. He actually did a little mini skit for Camron, and it was kind of funny. Let's show y'all, man, what we talking about. It was a skit, right? On his Instagram page. Y'all go, follow him or whatever. People ain't really people ain't really understanding the fact that where is the line being drawn when we thought that y'all came up together. We thought that y'all was like, you told him you was like his big brother and you brought him in the game. So what happened?
You took Freddie in because the Corleone family bankrolled your casino, because the Molinari family on the coast guaranteed his safety. Now we're talking business. Let's talk business.
Yeah, let's talk business, Mike. First of all, you're all done. The Corleone family don't even have that kind of muscle anymore. The Godfather's sick, right? You're getting chased out of New York by Barzini and the other families. What do you think is going on here? You think you can come to my hotel and take over?
I talked to Barzini.
I can make a deal with him and still keep my hotel.
Is that why you slap my brother around in public?
Oh, no, that was nothing, Mike. Now, Mo didn't mean nothing by that. Sure, he flies off the handle once in a while, but Mo and me were good friends, right, Mo, huh?
I got a business to run. I got to kick asses sometimes to make it run right. We had a little argument, Freddie and I, so I had to straighten him out.
You straightened my brother out.
He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time.
Yeah, that was kind of hilarious, man. That was funny. I thought it was kind of creative, man. But again, he claims that people aren't chatty patties. He claims people are not men like the way he described men are where he's from and the type of language they speak and how they act and all of this. But isn't that the same exact thing you're doing, Dane? Come on, Dane, man. We had more high hopes and anticipation and admiration for you, bro. You just squandered it all. You just squandered it all just because of the media that obviously got to you, because this just came out of left field, bro. So people ain't really respecting that. And they ain't gonna really go for it, man, if you keep, conniving to people that way, man. That's just not honorable, man. A lot of people ain't feeling that. I'm not feeling that. And so when you want to backpedal, when you go too far, so sometimes when people go too far situations, that's what they'll do. They'll backpedal because they realize, oh, I over-exaggerated. I always go overboard. And it's starting to be a pattern in their life to where people are not robbing with them. And it ain't everybody. If you're seeing a pattern and a constant revolving of different friends or people in your life that you constantly got to replenish, shows that you showing that you're manipulated. You need to be around people that you can control, people that are yes men. And he's telling, like, yo, he flat out said, look, man, my OGs was telling me that I was doing too much, man. They said that this ain't Harlem, that I'm embarrassing them. Yo, bro, you just admitted that if your OGs telling you that it's embarrassing, then that shows you, that it ain't them. But Dame was living his best life, man. But a lot of people don't think that he's people that think that he's in debt and all this and stuff like that. And he might be because he's living a lavish lifestyle and not everybody can afford it. But let's get into this, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're getting some sauce on this, man. We gonna get it. Let me know what y'all opinions and y'all thoughts about the brother Mr. Let Go That. I think that's his name. Mr. Let Go That. I think that's his name.
But this is the question, though.
I do not own the rights to this. I do not own the rights to this. It's just for informational, educational purposes only. Let's get into it.
2 moments later.
I bet my house is bigger than yours. I bet all my houses are bigger than you. I bet I have a better.
How old are you, man?
Now it's how old are you?
This is embarrassing.
Right. Now it's how old are you? It wasn't how old are you when it was raise your hand if you think Dame is broke. That's some kindergarten shit. Yeah, so when he say, I bet my house is bigger than yours, that's grown man shit. Cause like kids ain't got no houses to be saying, I bet my house is bigger than yours. They ain't got no houses to be saying that. That's some grown man shit. I bet my house is bigger than yours. I bet all of my houses is bigger than yours. That don't sound like a broke nigga can't be talking like that. Broke niggas ain't got houses. We got apartments. Yeah, we live in apartments, broke niggas, man. We don't got houses that we could be bragging is bigger than yours. That's not broke nigga lingo. Respectfully. That's not childish lingo neither. But see, they tried to gaslight him just right there. Right there is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. That's you. They trying to gaslight him. You raising your hand. Yo, raise your hand if you think Dame is broke. You playing. You acting childish. But then when a nigga say some real niggas, you try to pass that off as childish. That's very childish. No. That's some real shit. I bet you my house is bigger than yours. How you calling me broke if my house is bigger than yours?
What drone went back downstairs?
Right.
Raise your hand if you think Dame's broken. Seriously.
I mean, I do feel him on that. And he's kind of got a point, man. And a lot of people, what Dame did and accomplished, a lot of people wouldn't accomplish. And they do have a valid point. And Camron goes on to say, look, you basically, we don't have no problem the fact that that you filed a lawsuit. but you did piss off a lot of other people. And that's what Camron is saying. And it's like, because you looking like the biggest hypocrite, man. And you're going to lose a lot of respect and support from a lot of brothers, because he was one of those people that helped shape the culture, man. And he is responsible for the reason why people dress the way they do, the swag and the branding and the branding, the clothing, man, the apparel, all that. So this is Dame Dash right here. He says, Mr. Camron and 50 Cent, DeTavio, or however you pronounce that last name or whatever. Let's show up the world that black people can come together and work together, challenge. I'm not doing this corny ish no more. I got to work to do. Let's just resolve this and move forward collectively. Let's show the world that they can't divide us over any bullish. That jig is up. Checkmate. So I do understand it. I see his growth in that. That was the first step to, you know what I mean, to man up and admit when you're wrong, admit when you're at fault. But Dame really don't have any true respect like that, man. I mean, because a lot of people don't lost a lot of respect. And you can't really come back from that. That's already set in stone. Here's my thing, right? Dame Dash is talking about he was he was out and he couldn't reach Cam. Yo, bro, y'all grew up together. That's your little man. Y'all got businesses together. I know y'all probably making money from some paid in full royalties or even some music from back in the day. Y'all got way too many ways to communicate, way too many ties for you telling me, for you to have an excuse as to why you talking about you couldn't reach him and y'all all you wanted to do was talk to him and this was the way to get his attention, and because you can't handle with the street way. My thing is, why would the street come into play anyway? Like, why is that even relevant? And for you to say that, it just seemed like just a disingenuous apology, because you mentioning violence and nobody mentioned violence until you brought it up. So it just kind of seemed like, okay, if it was up to you, then it would, we could get to the worst of the worst. It can get to a place where it can't be reversed. And that's shady. And people don't buy it because it just, which one is it, Dame? Is it the fact that he embarrassed you? Is it the fact that you just feel like what he's doing is thinks that you're a super? He did voice it and said like, yo, when people do that, that's telling me that you think I'm a chump because you're supposed to be a kid. I get it, man, but your son is a full-fledged grown man, bro. He's a full-fledged grown man. And he's not a kid anymore. Camron known him for a long time. So for you to add him into, I get it. You defensive about your kid. Nobody's negating him for that. But you don't file a $300 million lawsuit for a grown man. That's your child. That's your son. So he's not a child. He's your child, but he's a full grown. He's well off. He's your son. And Cam don't mean no harm. Cam ain't gonna do no wrong by him. Everybody know that. But I do respect this. I do respect the gesture. I do respect the effort. And it is the first step. I can't knock him on that because he is right. I mean, what they do is they pick us to pin us at each other, to go at each other. And behind the scenes the whole time, they sitting here making trillions of dollars for centuries. And it's like they're behind a crystal ball, planning it, plotting it, watching it the whole time. So y'all keep seeing, man, Fifth keeps saying that he owns Revolt. Do y'all believe that? Because Fifth, he is known to do something shady. Now, the thing is, they both super duper petty. And they're both known to do something that's low. I don't want to say low to the point where, I mean, I'm going to take it there. To the point where it makes them look like the upper man. And it's like they always, those two personalities are super petty and competitive. And they look like they're constantly, they're never going to stop competitively business-wise. That's fun. That's creative. And that's pretty enticing. So 50 said he's paid in full in TV series in the works from Curtis Jackson. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And 50 basically saying that he owns the rights to this, and Big Damn is basically saying, nah, it's not even possible for you to do that. You're just trolling. So, I mean, that's just their nature. That's called fun, you know what I mean, and competitive. And I hope it stays like that. I hope it don't go too far where they get to suing each other back and forth. Because right now, Dame Dash is definitely showing feminine energy with that. You can't possibly think that you're making any kind of sense, brother, when you talk about all it is street, and that's how you was able to get his attention, bro. How many different ways and resources can you use to contact to get that conversation? Stop it. It's not like y'all was like, the damage is way far beyond repair. And it wasn't that. So that's why we're not buying it. And it just seemed like somebody put him up to it. And the pressure probably got to him because he didn't like it. Just wasn't a good look. Nobody's really going to buy your movies like that, especially if you run a whole movie production company. You know what I mean? It just looked like a whole, it just looked like, you're not likable. It does decrease your likability. And it makes people not want to support you. And if you're going to explode pause on everybody that you come across like that, people going to look at you sideways, man. People they going to feel like you talking to them. And we see the reason why we know this, y'all, because we see it in the comments right now. And if you talk about in the comments all crazy and that, you never know, man. You could really easily get yourself canceled. This is the cancel culture era. We see it every day. You got to watch what you say. You got to watch how you move out here, man. So give me your thoughts and opinions on this, man. Camron, we're going to wait to see tomorrow, I guess, to respond. He hasn't really responded yet. But Cam is basically like, just as he usually is, cool as a cucumber, acting real nonchalant. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve, a strategy. Maybe he don't. Maybe he's just, he's just laughing, kicking back, seeing how it plays out. Maybe, I don't know, right? Because Cam not usually really the type to really go down that path of talking about anything law, and not in the criminal justice system, involving himself, implicating himself. Cam is smart enough not to do that. So that's why it got pretty interesting. Cam looked like he's doing pretty well for himself, man. Him and Mace is doing his thing. So what do y'all think, man? Do y'all think Dame is tripping? Do y'all think Dame is he spiraling down? I don't think he's broke. People say he's broke. I don't think he's broke. People are saying the reason why he got to his success is because of his arrogance and his output, his bluntness and his brashness and his bold confidence, speaking his mouth, speaking his mind, expressing to anybody himself, to anybody at will, whatever the circumstance was, he wasn't backing down and he was asserting himself, what he felt was necessary. They're saying that was just the key to his success. And that he attributed that type of energy and that, force was necessary to get to where he was. And a lot of people were saying, yeah, that's true. And a lot of people said, no, absolutely think that. Absolutely. You need that red. And he's what they call a red in business. They're not likable, but they get their job done. So I'm not judging Dame, man. I respect a lot of what he done. I respect a lot of what he's saying. I do see a lot of childlike ways in him. This is again, I can't keep bashing because this is a step of growth. This is a step of progress. If it's genuine and not forced, that's commendable. Because it does take a man to really humble yourself, man, and try to patch your bridge up. Hopefully the lawsuit, man, I don't know, man, what's gonna go on with that. Because that's just kind of super weird energy like that, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. I want to know y'all opinions. And share what you think is gonna happen from here on out, man. Who y'all siding with? Y'all siding with 50? Y'all siding with Cam? Y'all siding with Dame? 50 been really kind of silent, staying in the cut, building his movie up and getting in shape and all that good stuff, man. He's been real kind of quiet, real kind of behind the scenes about it. And he hasn't really said anything. And I expect that because 50, 50 is nonstop. Pause. He's kind of like The Rock. You know what I mean? Every time you see him, man, they're doing something different in some type of movie. Actually, him and The Rock is dropping a movie in the same around the same time. Actually, right around now, it's premiering. So, but yeah, man, let me know again, man, if y'all think that he's gonna just fold or we're gonna see a new Dame Dash, man. Give me your thoughts and opinions. I love you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. We on the road to 500, and we got more for y'all coming. So stay tuned. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Peace.